record. Mate, I hope you do. I would love for someone to beat it, because right now, no one's really a challenge, you know? I had SB and puns for a little while, but I'm just in a league of my own at this point. To be fair, I think my run is almost optimized. I'd be surprised if there's much time that can be taken off it, honestly. But I don't doubt there is time that can be taken off it. Oh, I messed up. Nice. Oh, let me turn the game down and bump the music up, man. Woo! How tall is Wilbur? Yeah, 8'3" about that, yeah. About 8'3". That's how it felt. Because I'm like 6 foot. You can't do the trident bit. To be fair, I watched puns. I just watched puns do it a bunch of times, and I was like, oh, okay, now I understand. It's like right, left, right, but you have to slightly aim upwards. I mean, to be fair, mate, I did this for about 5 or 6 hours in total now. It's quite sad, really, but yeah, as someone who's 6 foot, right, I don't, you know, I think I'm generally, you know, pretty tall. Like, you know, I'm a decent height. Wilbur was very tall, and I feel like it's like a rarity to see someone. So when Wilbur is with me, I feel much smaller than I am. Much smaller. You know what the problem is as well? He's not just tall, he's also very handsome. It's very aggravating. Little baby man, that's me. I think Tommy's 6'3". It's so crazy that I was in such close proximity to Tommy at Insomnia, but I had no idea who Tommy was at that point. Tommy's not 6'2". I said this, but people seem so adamant that he is. Simp for Wilbur, always. Always. Oh, this is slow. It's bloody slow. He's like 6'1" at a stretch. There you go. I think Tommy's like me as well. I've got a long neck. I think Tommy has quite a long neck. Tommy wasn't 6'2" when I saw him. Yeah. So I think I told this story before, but basically Mitch was a volunteer at Insomnia, and she distinctly remembers Tommy coming up to her and oh, I thought you were shirtless there. I thought you were a shirtless fella. Goodness me. Got a blast, Wilbur. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back for you. I'm coming back, Wilbur. I'm here. Hello. Oh, you vanish if I go too close. There you go. Look at that. This is the content people came for. Thank you for the resub. Jeb like Abby, I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. For some reason, my daily counter is just messing up again. Damn. But yeah, oh, okay. I look forward to understanding my fate, Wilbur. Yes, it's me. Is this how you talk to Fundy as well? Push you to your death, perhaps? No. Oh. Then what? Then what? Wilbur! Wilbur, come back! Oh. Wow. Oh, he's so elegant. I'll keep running laps while you think. Sorry, boss. But yeah, Tommy came up to Mitch at Insomnia and was like, can you tell me where the Jack Sucks meet and greet is? And Mitch didn't know who Jack was, so she knew where the meet and greet was, so she just pointed at Kai and hoped it was Jack. And that's the funny story. And then when I showed, obviously we're good friends with Jack, so when I saw the picture of Jack with Tommy in it, I was like, Mitch, look at this. Like, Tommy met Jack ages ago. And she was like, wait, I remember that kid. He asked me where Jack's meet and greet was. So, yeah, it's just a fun story on how TommyInnit knows every woman in the world, I think is the rough outline of the story. And within a year of that time, he's gone on to become the biggest streamer on the bloody website. What's gone on? What has gone on? I wish I never met that child. He can't be that bad. Oh, also, I might have to skip Dance Gavin Dance songs going forwards, by the way, guys, because sadly, they do mute my stream. I found out this morning. Oh, weird timeline. I know. We live in a great time. No, I've hit the fence. I'm rubbish. Genuinely amazing. Yeah, funny man, isn't he? Tommy can't be that bad. Nah, I'm sure he's not that bad. Everyone always says good luck with the child or he's the child, and isn't that also what they call Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian? So I'm just going to refer to TommyInnit exclusively as the Baby Yoda from now on, I think. Then that's my plan going forward. He's had a big, huge backpack, big year 7 with big backpack vibes. Mitch, disrespectful to the most popular streamer on the platform right now. I just remember him having a massive backpack. It's probably for all the free swag he was going to get. He's like 8th, don't blow it too much. Is he really 8th? I just see that like pretty much every time he streams now, he seems to have like 90,000 viewers, and I assume there aren't that many people more popular. He's no AOC. Oh, true. But hopefully one day Tommy will run for office, right? Oh! No! I went over the top! Baby Yoda is 50 and acts like a child. Tommy is 16 and acts like a man. Damn. Tommy could become the queen, I reckon. He's probably next in line. Definitely of royal blood. Wilbur, I feel like you'd like this band. I've forgotten the name of the band you showed me that time, but they come up in my Spotify recommended when I listen to this music quite a bit. They're called Sea in the Sky. It's what's playing on my stream right now. Tommy constantly mocks me. I'm just big into guitar music right now. Oh, I've messed it up. You showed me a band. Yeah, I feel like they were called like... They had a song called something about guns. They were called like TTOS or something. Or TTNG. TTNG? TTNG, that's it, yeah. TTNG are sick, man. Cat Fantastic, that's the song. Let's play some TTNG. This is a band that Wilbur actually showed me. And they're so good. Math rock band. Yeah, that's what the genre is called. Only math I've ever liked, boys, am I right? Hey, fuck school. Hey. Boink. Boink. You guys don't talk on VC. I mean, hey, Wilbur's welcome in my VC whenever he wants to, mate. But he hasn't slept and he's just chilling. But he knows he's always welcome. Wilbur, I want to play. Have you played Valorant recently? I've been getting back into Valorant. I want to play some Valorant. If I say Valorant anymore, sound weird. There's a VC. Well, I mean, there isn't, but there's always one available. There's always one available when you're around, mate. I wish there was just a VC for UK streamers who are live at this time where we can just jump in and out freely so that I had someone to stream with occasionally. But everyone I know is a bloody night owl or American, man, so... Oh. Hello? Hello? I wondered why he was like talking like I couldn't hear him, but
oh,
oh, is that the right one?
Callum.
Are you good? Hello.
How's it going, Callum?
I'm great. How are you, Wilbur?
It's me, your boy Wilbur Soot. I am approaching 28 hours of awake now, which is good.
And that's solely on being a dastardly fool. That's it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Well, it got to like 9 a.m. and I was laying in bed and I was like, can I swear, Callum?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was just like, this shit ain't working, man. I was like, this is just this whole brain thing. What's the point, you know? So I just went, you know what? And I got on my bike. And I went for a little ride. Right. I went down to the beach. Yeah, I went down to the beach, and that was very nice. And I sat on the beach for a bit. And I went and got a coffee, but all the coffee shops are shut, so I had to go to the Costa machine at my Sainsbury's.
Oh, nice.
You know, the Costa machine.
Not quite as good, is it, usually?
And that made me feel alive for a bit. And I'll tell you what, Will on coffee is like, I get so much done. I got more done in like the 3 hours of morning that I had than I have in the past week of being awake. I'm talking about myself, Callum. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm like one of those rare breeds of content creators now. I basically work this job as a 9 to 5. I get up at 9, get my work done. 5 o'clock, I clock out, mate.
I swear, dude. If this time of day was like prime time, I would have a regular sleeping schedule, but like streaming prime time is like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so basically my day consists of waking up at like noon. That's at best. That's in the best situation. But that's like in my healthiest. I wake up at noon, right?
Yeah.
And then just basically just killing time until 8 p.m.
until it's stream time.
Yeah, because I can't really get anything done because I know I've got to go to work. So I'm just sort of sat there. It literally feels like my old job because I used to work the night shift. It literally feels I'm just literally sat there waiting for nighttime, and then it comes and I stream and I'm too tired to do anything for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that was it for
Tommy
me.
loves it. He's just got energy. He can just do it. But
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like. I used to just kind of stream and like upload and stuff like whenever I felt like it, and like usually that was much later, and there was definitely benefits of like there's more people around, especially when my audience is predominantly American too, like you know, but this is a time I know I can consistently stream at like every day, so I'd rather keep the consistency and still have a somewhat regular schedule outside of YouTube and streaming, so it works out. I mean, I'm happy I can change about here and there.
How'd you get that jump you just did there? I just watched you like
the big jump.
You just bumped and skipped. How'd you do that?
I'll switch to casual mode and I'll come to you. Hold on. Where? Oh,
I'm
you're at the start.
Here. I'm at the start. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll walk it through. I'll walk through with you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it together.
Come with me.
I'm coming.
There we go.
My time's 53 seconds.
Yeah,
I was at 1.6 on the leaderboards.
Yeah.
And then...
So this is it's all getting reset. Because Scott and the Nox crew don't like the Elytra skip, which is fair. I also think it's a bit silly, isn't it? But I think
this is just a practice. Why do they care?
Yeah. I heard that the Elytra's getting reset, and then they're putting barrier blocks, so you can't like Elytra skip all the way through. I mean, it's made for some great content for me. I love speedrunning stuff, so like this is like I can just do this for like 3 hours and people love it. Which is wild. So yeah, this is the first like tough bit here.
Yeah, I don't get the trident bit. I don't get the... See, I can't get the yump.
Yeah.
You know?
So to get the like sub 40 time, like you dash through the first hoop and then you like force yourself into the wall on the left. And then you have to like trident slightly to the right, slide it back to the left, and then up and out. Like it's a bit clunky. I still don't hit it like every time either. Like
it's just
a lot of effort. You get absolutely no benefit because this is going to be so minorly useful in the actual ace race.
Yeah, give me the Elytra time.
Okay, so yeah, this one I always use the speed boost. I don't actually know if it's any faster, but this speed boost will get you through the hoop in time. And then I always go like right into the left corner because sometimes it pulls you back, and then it's like essentially a calculated dive bomb into the bottom right corner. So you just come around here normally, and it's like a dive right down to the bottom right, and then you just tilt up heavy once you get through there.
I've fallen to my death. I've passed away.
That's all right. That's all right. Did it put you back where you? Okay.
I'm doing it again. We're going from the top. That's fine. Top.
I'm in cash mode, so I can just jump around.
Oh no, I'm in speed run.
Oh, of course,
it's speed run or nothing. That's what they call me actually. 100%. That's my middle name. Wilbur Speed Run or Nothing Soot.
Wow, it's quite long.
Yeah.
There's been a boo-boo there, hasn't there?
It is a big boo-boo, actually. Yeah, it's not. It's not. I've passed away again. I'll be honest with you, Callum. I've passed away again. Callum, I'm going to talk about myself again.
Go ahead.
I am not sure when I'm going to go to sleep.
Yep. Would you like some advice on sleep?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. I was saying it just briefly before. I actually hate sleeping. Like, it annoys me. I like to be awake. But maybe that's that. So fun story about me. I don't remember my dreams. And if I do, I dream in black and white.
Oh.
Which is like, it's proper tilting, honestly.
Can you see things in your head?
Yes, so I can't, because I thought that was going to be the same thing as well. I forgot what that's called now, but so Scott can't do that. Scott can't imagine an item or something.
I can't either.
So, we went through all that, and then I looked up, like, dreaming in black and white. And apparently the majority of people who do it were people who grew up with black and white television. I mean, I'm not quite that old. Like, I'm definitely one of the older fellas in MCC, for sure.
You don't look a day past 60, Callum. Trust me.
Thank you. But it's how I feel, honestly. But yeah, so I dream in black and white, and it's like super weird because, like, in my head, I'm like, just imagine color. Like, I know what colors look like. I can't picture colors in my head. Yeah, like I guess even if I think of something in my head, it is still like a black and white object. I can't imagine like colors. But I'm looking at colors right now, so it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, there's an apple. Why can't I make it red? It's very annoying.
What I find, I forgot the word for it where you can't see shit in your head.
Aphantasia.
Like,
I think someone was just saying in chat, so that's what I'm talking about.
That sounds right. The thing with it, I find, is that if I try really hard to picture something for long enough, my brain tells itself that it's seeing it, even if it's not.
Yeah.
So my brain's like, so if I'm like, imagine a penguin, just nothing appears in my head, and I just sit there for a bit, and it's just still nothing in my head, and eventually my brain just goes, yeah, you know what it looks like. You're looking at it.
You know,
and I'm like, well, brain, can you show me the penguin? Nah, you're looking at it. You're fine.
It's behind lucky door number 3, but you can't get there, I'm afraid.
You know what it looks. You know what penguins look like. You don't need me to show you. Okay, brain. Sure.
Thanks, brain. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I have this, like, it's not FOMO because nothing's happening, but like, I lay down to go to sleep, and I'm like, sometimes I sit there and I'm like, man, if I get to sleep, I'm going to do nothing for the next, like, 6 hours. And that seems so pointless to me. Like, that's so annoying. Like,
wait, 6 hours?
Well, yeah, so I go to bed at like 2 or 3 a.m. So obviously, like, Mitch is like a bit of a night owl. So Mitch is up till usually like 2, 3 a.m. and then I'll fall asleep, and then I get up at 9.
I don't know what you'd call me if that's a night owl.
I mean, yeah, to be fair. I mean, I guess on a regular schedule, that's a night owl.
Man.
On yours, that's like, what, lunch? Lunchtime?
I don't know, man. It's circadian rhythm. I hardly know it. I don't know what I'm doing with my sleep schedule, man. I clock out when my brain says it's time to clock. I'm not quite on the Goggy level, but I think I'd be happier on the Goggy level, honestly.
What's his level?
Oh, Goggy he falls asleep when he's tired and he wakes up when he's not.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
And he looks so good for it. He never has bags under his eyes. He's always wide awake and happy. And I'm just there like, Jesus God.
I hate that guy.
He'll like wake up at 4 a.m. He's like, right, time to stream. And then I'm there like, I've still got that fucking tinge in the back of my head where I'm just like, I've got to be a functioning member of society. I can't do this.
Yeah, it's annoying. I don't get it. It's privilege. Oh,
yeah.
This is a good time, I think. Wait, I'm gliding.
You what?
Oh my, I'm so convinced I can get a 37-second time. Like, even if it's 37.95, I'm so convinced if I optimize this run, I can get to 37. I just knocked 0.5 off. So now I'm a 38 clean. Couldn't quite give me the 37.95, man. I love doing all this tonight. It's getting wiped soon. It feels good, man.
You're a nerd.
I am a big nerd. You know what it is, right? I love speedrunning, and I used to speedrun other games, and then I speedrun Minecraft, but then there's so much random stuff, and now like the run has changed, so it's all like weird, and like you have to find bastions and like sea temples, and I'm like, oh man, it's got too complicated for me. Like,
Why you just speedrun the older versions?
No, so I only started in 1.16, but then so I keep thinking about learning 1.14 because that seems to be the other popular one. But
you started bastions were in 1.16.
Oh yeah, so but like the thing when I started the run, like no one used them to get good times, whereas like now people have found like the optimal way to do like the quickest time is to like get to a bastion and find 3 gold. And there's like, oh, what bastion is this? Is this stables or is it there? I'm like, what? I didn't even know there were different kinds. And it's so confusing. And now the world record's 14 minutes, and like, it's just a bit daft.
I only know about it because Dream's angry about it.
Oh, I did see him tweet about it, actually, yeah.
He's angry. He's angry.
Kind of crazy situation.
Sounds rightfully angry,
yeah,
I'd say.
Because his point is valid. A lot of people do offline runs that are suspiciously good, and they get verified so quick, and then, yeah, I don't know. For some reason, they just don't want to verify Dream's runs, but
yeah,
it is an odd situation.
Big, sexy, famous man.
That's it.
No verifying that.
You know, you'd argue he brought a hefty amount of popularity to the speedrunning of the game, but why verify his runs?
Yeah, the speedrunners don't want people to know about speedrunning. They want it to be its own little secret.
It's an elite group, mate.
Yeah, it's like people with their bands, you know.
True.
I want them to stay mine.
Thank you for the
Which is what I genuinely believe. This is yeah. It is a bit. I go so British when I talk to you, Callum. It's you and Jack sucks at life. I just you make me so British.
You know what's
when
so
I was
funny?
talking to you, then I went, you know what? Yeah, all right. Listen, all right. I go back to my roots.
I end up like way more northern just because I'm talking to Jack. So in my videos, like, right, so I'm recording with Jack. We're on X Life. I'm like, I never talk like that anymore. What am I doing? I don't know what it is. I just got gifted a sub in my chat, Wilbur. Congrats.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, I finally don't have to give Callum my money.
I know, God.
Do you know how many 100 player challenges I had to do to be able to afford a Callum sub?
Quite a few. I mean, mine is a premium sub, you see. Costs more than the others.
Jesus.
Oh man.
It's like with Jack, I always say proper. I say like, yeah, I proper did. That's what I proper. I'm not even from a part of the country where
it like says proper.
That. Yeah.
You're from the part of the country that uses proper English, I feel.
Proper English. Yeah, if you're a wanker.
Oh man, have you played Valorant recently? Oh, have you gone off it?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know if you were ever on it, honestly. I just remember that.
Yeah, I was on it. I was never good, but
I remember back in, I was WTC 7, wasn't it? 6 and 7 we teamed? And
yeah.
You were big into your Phoenix voice line. So,
Dude, I just love accents, man. I could go on about accents till the cows come home. And I don't know when they're coming home, but it's a long time.
He also loves sayings.
I'll go on about it for as long as they need. And yeah, literally, like one of my party tricks I used to do in college was if I met someone, all I'd need to do is talk to them for like get them to say a few words, a few specific phrases, and I could pinpoint where in the country they're from pretty accurately.
That's better than half the things that go on like Britain's Got Talent nowadays, isn't it?
I'm not very good at Americans.
Oh,
Americans stump me. Some of them are obvious, like Schlatt. When I met Schlatt, I instantly knew like exactly what part of New York he was from. I was able to spot it down by his accent.
Yeah,
and like I don't think other people have super like easy to guess accents in like the community. Like Technoblade, super strong West Coast accent.
Yeah,
really easy to tell. Yeah.
People. Oh wait, do people who are not English not know the phrase "when the cows are coming"? Until the cows come home. People seem confused. Cows coming home? Question mark. I mean, I don't really know what it means. Probably some old farming related.
I've got I've been working with my band like the past couple of days, and we decided to go through like Arctic Monkeys' first album lyrics on Genius, the lyric website, and like just read what all the Americans wrote for like the definitions of all the British phrases.
Oh yeah,
it is so funny, man. It's so funny. So the first line of Mardy Bum is, well, I up Mardy Bum. Yeah. Well, I'm in trouble again, aren't I? Well, I thought as much. And you there's a very different side of your side. I much prefer this one that's like blah blah blah. But they there's one of the bits where it's but it's right hard to remember that on a day like today, right?
Yeah.
But they wrote right as like rate, like REIGHT, and they put the description as rate. Spell pronounced like the number 8 is a Sheffield slang to mean actually or like very much so. I was like, oh my god, that's just wrong. It's just the word right, just with an accent.
No, you're wrong. They're correct. They're lyrical analysts, mate. Just because they know Sheffield slang better than you, mate. Don't be jealous.
I think they might actually. I don't know. I am on autopilot right now, Callum. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've just been saying random stuff that doesn't really make any sense, but my brain is on a different level right now.
Not at all, honestly. Like I said, at this time, there's no one around ever. I mean, to be fair, it sounds like I got pretty lucky because it doesn't sound like you're usually around. So,
no, I'm not. This is bedtime.
Yeah. So, usually it's a very solo stream, so it's always nice to have someone to have a chat to. I think I'm switching streams up occasionally, I think, for the next couple of weeks because of course the boys are practicing for MCC, so I didn't believe it at first, but there is now a Discord group chat about when we're going to practice, so it does seem like it might actually happen.
Is it led by TommyInnit?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You're never going to do it. It's never gonna happen. Or it will, but it'll be super lucky because he just mentions Tommy's been trying to organize this thing to film the past month, and he only ever says he's ready to film an hour before it's time to film.
Right.
And then every time I've said no, he's like, Will's never free. It's like, just give me more than an hour notice and I'll be free, TommyInnit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is a situation I'm in. Obviously, like I said, I pretty much work 9 till 5-ish, right? But if there's a recording opportunity or something that's, as long as I know roughly how long it's going to take, I can be on whenever I'm needed to, right? Mm-hmm. It's just so if it's going to be at 6, it's just so I know, so I can tell Mitch we're going to have dinner later than normal or something,
yeah.
And then people come to me and they're like, hey, need someone to record in 5 minutes, you free? I'm like, no, I'm not free. And then because I say no once, it's like, well, he's not free, so I won't ask him again. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm free. I just need 45 minutes notice. It's not a big ask, I feel.
Yeah, Tommy will just spring out on you. And then it's your fault if you're not free.
It's okay. I'm being very flexible. I've offered to work around both Tommy and Tubbo's schedule. I don't know if they have one, but I'm willing to work around it. At least we're in the same time zone. This is my first MCC team ever with my whole team in the same time zone. So, that'll be well, I say it makes it easier. Maybe it doesn't. But, it makes it potentially easier, and that's something.
Do you reckon you'll win?
I don't know. I think we have a better team than people are. I think everyone's assuming that there's the whole Tommy throwing for content vibe, right? That everyone seems to think is a huge thing. But
I think we proved that wrong in the Halloween one, that Tommy doesn't. He was saying to me how he much prefers not throwing for content now.
Yeah, so that was what Scott told me, because I mean, obviously I don't really care either way. It seems like it's going to be a fun team regardless. So I was like, but Scott said that apparently Tommy said he much prefers, he has more fun trying to win now than he does throwing and messing around. And I was like, also, there's not really anyone on this team to throw for content for, on the Pokemon team, it made sense, but when there's a big creator with an opportunity, sure, have some more fun with it, but this it's Tommy and Tubbo are the bigger creators, so I'm sure they've already impressed each other enough. I couldn't think of how to word that as I got through the sentence. Oh, goodness me. Also, my stream quality keeps locking, and it's very annoying.
I don't know what that means.
So, you know, like, so I stream at 1440p because I've got, like, the ridiculous internet, so I'm like, might as well just milk it. Every now and again, it just decides that people can't change the quality. Like, they can only watch in the quality I'm streaming at. It seems to be completely random. There's no correlation. Usually it's on a nighttime, but this is it's happened this morning, so I had to quickly stop my stream and restart it. So now I have to stream at 720 or else like people can't watch it because, you know, 1440 is quite demanding on people's internet, I suppose.
Right.
And there just seems to be no fix. I contacted Twitch support and they were like, oh yeah, like we do occasionally have a thing that means that you can only use one quality, but it shouldn't be affecting you because you're a partner. And I'm like, okay. So
then fix it.
Yeah. I also had a really fun bug. You'll know, like growing on Twitch can be quite difficult, you know, getting a new audience and getting people interested. So raids are really useful. I got raided by Scott, 4,500 viewers, and it crashed my stream on Twitch's end. So
yeah, that happens a lot.
So I've never had that before. And then I started my stream back up, and in the same stream, Dream raided me, and it crashed my stream again. So both times people had to refresh to see my stream, which obviously when you rate, like, people didn't do. They just were like, oh, I'll just go somewhere else. So unbelievably annoying. And again, it was the same response to like, yeah, it does sometimes happen. Yeah. So, you know, it shouldn't happen. I'm aware it shouldn't. But that's fine, you know, don't worry about it. I'll just tell everyone never to raid me because there's no point. Thanks.
Twitch, man.
I love it. I love it here. But I am coming up to a year of full-time streaming, which is exciting. Should probably do something for it, really, but streaming for more than 4 hours, I get tired out. I'm old, so.
4 hours?
Yeah,
it's better than me.
1 till 5 every day, except Monday. I have Mondays off.
I do 8 till 9 and then I'm done. I can't do longer than an hour.
I just get tired so quick. Like, I don't know. MCC is like a good length. I'd like to stream for MCC hours, but I feel like I don't get enough done for like what I stream. So, I don't know. So it's a weird situation. I also want to focus on like switching up on my YouTube content like in the coming months. I think it's kind of what we spoke about back when I started the second channel ages and ages ago. Pushing that more than the one I currently make, I think, because I think it's just on its way out, honestly.
Which one?
My main channel. Yeah. Like, I think the style of content I made there is like not the style of content that, one, I enjoy making as much anymore. But two, like, you know, I feel like now my group, I feel like at this point my like core YouTube group are kind of like almost like the OGs of Minecraft stuff now. Like, you know, we still make the like old school SMP stuff, and I think it's just a style in general that's like going out. Obviously, with people leaning like way more towards like the Dream SMP style of thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm not saying you ended my career with that. I'm just saying.
Dude, you just gotta roleplay more.
Yeah, no, and like, but that makes sense, right? And then like, so I'm completely willing to adapt. But then I found recently, like yesterday, I did a battle box analysis of my own gameplay on stream, and it's the highest viewed stream like I've had without a big raid in like ages. And people were saying how much they enjoyed hearing me break things down like that, and I like making that content, so I'm like, I could try and do that stuff.
All you need. This is coming from old Wilbur Snoop.
Come on,
he's obviously the YouTube genius, right?
Yes.
All you need, Callum, is you need to decide your style and your niche, which I think you've already decided. You just haven't solidified it.
Yeah.
And that is, you do competitive analysis and practicing and improvement logs.
Yeah.
Which is something that's gonna just keep growing on Minecraft content, right?
Yeah.
And you have this second channel, which you have uploaded a few things on.
Yeah.
But it's still, you haven't solidified it. I genuinely believe if you uploaded once a week, right? Content where you are practicing and talking about, just write a list of things you could just talk about and analyze, and maybe like ask Dream, hey Dream, do you want to come on and talk about competitive MCC with me? He'd definitely say yes. Right? Get some people on who know what they're talking about with competitive stuff. Talk about speedrunning, talk about news in like the competitive Minecraft community. If you solidify this is what my channel does, people will click on, because okay, so I genuinely believe on YouTube the biggest thing that drives subscribers is when someone clicks on your channel after watching a video, if they see that your channel is uploading a consistent style that they're interested in, they are more likely to subscribe than not. Hence why Dream took off so quickly and so exponentially. He kept getting more and more, and he kept hitting these milestones faster and faster. It was because, I mean, it's not a rude thing to say. His content was all the same. It was the same video, like same style over and over again, which people really, really like, and he's very good at it. So all people were like, right, if I subscribe to this guy, I'm going to make sure I will always see this same video coming through. And it's the same reason why I had a so I've obviously I keep my finger on my own analytics quite tightly. And like last week, 2 weeks ago, I sort of ended my end of summer boom. I normally go through a bit of a subscriber boom at the end of summer. It sort of ended and petered off quite a lot. And it's now suddenly started to come back quite aggressively, and it's literally because I've uploaded 3 100-player challenges in a row. I think so. People, new subscribers, are seeing the 100-player challenge, clicking on my channel, saying, "Oh, he does these a lot. Subscribe." So all you need to do, Callan, is you need to ditch experimentation, because you figured it out. Okay. Now you need to just upload competitive Minecraft stuff, because it's something you enjoy, it's something people want to see, and it's something that's going to keep growing for you. And those are the three. You've got the Triforce. You just need to run with it.
Well, Wilbur, just you're on autopilot at this time, and you're very knowledgeable. Damn. Imagine if we got Wilbur at 100% capacity. Damn.
No, but I'm just relaying what smarter people than me have said, but like that's what you need. You found your niche. You're just, I feel like, I don't know why you haven't chosen. What do you think? Because I've seen your channel, your CP plays, and the style it sounded very consistent when you were telling it to me, but it seems it's not quite as consistent as it looked. Like the thumbnails aren't too consistent, the videos themselves, the topics aren't too, but the ones that are consistent perform really, really well. So
so I think that was it. Like, I think still, even when I started that, obviously, like with you guys, like it was an opportune moment. Like, I spoke to you about it, and like I was on a team and I was practicing MTC, and like Techno and Dream and you and everyone was sort of frequenting, and I was like, okay, well, this is definitely going to be people that people want to see as well. And then, even spoke to you about like, the thumbnails and stuff, and I liked making those videos, but then in my head, I was like, well, MCC only rolls around once a month. And obviously now we're about to go through a big break, potentially. I don't know how long the break is, but, at least a month or two. So, like, in that time, what will I do? And, like, I was thinking to myself, that's why I tried to add variety even on that channel, because in my head, I was like, well, if I rely on MCC, like, what about the months when I'm not in it? Like, then, like, what do I do? Because, like, I spoke about this on stream because I analyzed my own battle box, which was an easy thing to do because, one, I knew what I was thinking in that, and two, I was the first place in battle box for the first time ever. So, like, it also was, good gameplay. Whereas, like, people were asking me, like, oh, can you analyze, like, TommyInnit's this? And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about analyzing other people's stuff without, like...
No, you definitely can.
Like,
you definitely can do that, like, 100%.
The thing I found is, like, I found this in, like, sometimes when I did, like, tier listing stuff, is, like, I've accidentally offended people by putting them in a position that they don't feel they're in, right?
Tier listing is... Okay, so tier listing, I agree with you. I probably would avoid tier listing people based on skill, but analyzing someone's performance in BattleBox, you could make a series of going through every MCC player and just talking about their skill and stuff, and that would not go down badly at all with anyone, because people will want to hear what you have to say. And if you can solidify yourself as a believable analyst, which you definitely can do, then your advice will not only be welcome but sought.
Yeah, true. Because that was like, again, that's my big thing, is like, obviously the last thing I want to do is like come to a point where I like not alienate myself, but like I wouldn't be doing it with intentionally trying to like annoy anyone or upset anyone. But then if I say, like, I don't know, if I analyze something and like I'm a bit critical of something they're doing, like if they don't like it, is the situation weird? Like, what happens there? Like
Well, if they can't look at themselves with scrutiny, then that seems more of a them problem than a you problem.
Yeah, because I
assume you're not going to be giving them unfair analysis, so therefore they should probably get over it.
Tommy died, which means he's shit. So
if you're not giving unfair analysis, then their offense is onto them, not you.
Yeah. But yeah, and I think, like I said, I still wasn't like with the MCC stuff. CP plays. In my head, I saw it as being like my sort of creative outlet of like, I can probably kind of upload what I want here, and like it was a good opportunity to do some like stream clips and stuff. And then obviously at this point now, basically MCC stuff performs well even to this day. Like like my MCC predictions is hopefully coming out like tomorrow for like team placements, and like it's those videos still do pretty well like every month. And then when I've tried other things, they don't do particularly badly for the channel size, but they don't do anywhere near as well. I mean, the first 3 videos on that channel I think I'll have like 250,000 views plus or something. Like,
so what it sounds like you aren't sure about is when MCC goes on its hiatus, what are you going to do for content? The thing is, you've got at least 3 weeks of content of you just analyzing this next MCC, right? I guarantee you could analyze things, and it wouldn't even be stretching it out because people would be so keen to hear what you have to say about these things, right?
Yeah.
You could analyze next MCC till the cows come home, right?
Yeah.
I'd give it 3 weeks, 3 weeks of videos. So let's say 2 videos a week. That's 6 videos I think you could get out of it. And that would be analyzing the event as a whole would be the big one. That would be the one you do like first impressions, just finished this position, and you just talk about your performance. Next one would be analyzing a specific game that you would do, and etc. Maybe talking about, and then you could even go into something that your team did well. So it's talking about the power of communication in MCC.
Yeah.
The power of, you don't even have to specify MCC, because the thing is, you want to drag in new people, so you could even do in competitive Minecraft, like communication. But literally all you need to produce is you need your topic. So your topic is going to be competitive Minecraft and self-improvement chronology, right? So the idea of join in, watch me learn and teach you as I learn, and just document my unique foray into Minecraft that not many other people get to experience, right? My doorbell's going. I will be back.
No worries,
hold that.
Bye, Wilbur. See, now this is what I mean, guys. All right, this is what I needed to. This was a conversation I needed to have, which I think I spoke to my friends about a few times, but no one really hones in on it quite as well as like Wilbur does. Wilbur's very knowledgeable in this field, and this is an idea I've touched on a few times. So like, maybe it's something I will push more of. I don't want to stop making the kind of content I already make, but on that specific channel, then I definitely think there is a completely marketable area that he's talking about for sure. Oh, I've fallen.
Okay.
But anything nice?
Like Mans was saying, it's just Amazon package, right?
Classic.
Yeah, you know me. And see, you've got yourself your niche, right? Competitive Minecraft. Now this niche is super popular.
Yeah.
Literally the biggest Minecraft channels that are operating right now with the most views all share the same thing in common, and that is competitive Minecraft.
Yeah.
Be it speedrunning, be it bed wars, it's the biggest ones are all competitive Minecraft, right? That's just how it be. Right? And the next biggest one who isn't is TommyInnit, right? So that tells you everything you need to know about the niche you're getting into, right? Yeah. It's not only is it undersaturated, there's literally not many big, I mean, I can name a bunch, but like they either don't upload much because they're gamers, not YouTubers.
Yeah.
Or, which is, by the way, something TommyInnit sort of made me, I just ran upset, I almost out of breath. Something TommyInnit made me discover is that so many big competitive YouTubers are gamers first and YouTubers second. And now I've said that, you'll notice so many of these ones, they just don't really care about YouTube too much. They care more about the game.
Yeah.
And that's what you'd have the upper hand over intrinsically.
Yeah,
but
true.
The thing that then you need to understand, I think, is that all you need to make a YouTube video is a story.
Yeah.
That's all you need. So Technoblade made an entire video series out of a war for potatoes on a Hypixel skyblock. You know, as long as you have a story, people will watch. And if your story is how some guy, I don't know, this is an example, how some guy who's never played it before got into the top people of the year for Skywars, I don't know. It's just an idea. That is a story. That's an interesting title. How I went from zero to hero in Hypixel Skywars. You know, you get a title out of it.
Yeah.
You get the thumbnail going. Just you on the leaderboard. That's all you need. Just a flat Minecraft screenshot. You on the leaderboard. No Photoshop. Nothing. Just flat you leaderboard. Basic title. And there, bam. You've got and so you could keep doing your stuff. You don't need to worry about MCC going down.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I think the biggest problem I've always had, and it's not just in YouTube either. It's like in general life, is like I want to do like a million things at once. I find it so hard to own in onto like one thing, and it's always been something like in my real life. Like I think between being like 18 and like 23, I was pretty honed in on one thing because I was in a band, and like in my head I was like, I'm gonna be a musician, which, you know, it's a somewhat unrealistic goal to set for yourself to actually have it as a, you know, sustainable job.
So is YouTuber, so look where you are.
Yeah, exactly. But so like back then I was really focused on one thing, and then it wasn't until I started YouTube, and then like I think just because of like YouTube like opens so many different doors, and I have so many like interests that I'm like, oh, I have the possibility to explore these interests. Like, I still don't think I'm completely done with music, but where do I find the time to do that? And like, how do I fit that into what I'm doing now? Would anyone even care if I released music? So I'm like, well, then that can go on the back burner for now because I need to work on, you know, something else. And then I think I try and do like a million things at once, and it's very difficult to like stop that from happening. I'm a bit like scatterbrained as such, I guess.
That's a discipline question. I can't help you with discipline.
Yeah, of course.
I can't discipline you unless you want me to. But I'm talking your YouTube channel, then, man. If you can, your discipline's something you have to sort out separately from your YouTube. You know, you need to look at yourself and be like, all right, what do I want to do? And you can be like me and just once you've done it, do something else. Which is what literally my entire life has been. Just do something. When you're done with it, do something else. Which is I enjoyed that. Yeah. And like, or you can stick with what you're doing forever and you know, seek happiness, which is what you know. So, I don't know. I'm not a stoic. I can't help you with this. Just. But, do what feels good, man. Yeah, no, I think so. I think that's definitely something that like I need to, you know, I definitely attempt. Is like I said, the more analytical stuff. I mean, I have my plan is to like chop up the battle box breakdown video as well, and like, you know, see how I feel after it's like cut down. I did it on stream, so I'm not sure how like much it'll like. I don't know if I'll be able to make it come out like I want it to come out. Like I feel like you know, there's a lot of like hesitation on points or interaction with the chat that obviously people can't see, which might come across a bit weird in the video. So like maybe it'll come out, maybe it won't. Like I'll sort of sit and think about it. But like you said, I mean, I guess even like you said it in passing, it was like you could literally analyze like someone's entire MCC career in like one game, and like that would obviously I'd be able to do that whenever. It doesn't matter if MCC's gone. It would be so interesting. I'd watch that. I'd watch you analyzing fucking anyone.
Yeah,
from
and I
MCC,
think
because it is interesting. You know, it's like oh shit, it's the CPK, and if that does well, CPK analysis could become its own thing. And there's like 60 people who've played in MCC. You've got a lot of videos. Do
you wanna? Actually, I saw on the Reddit. I'm a bit of a Reddit trawler for just that Reddit, to be fair, but. Apparently the next new person who joins is the 100th MCC player.
Oh, wow.
Which is kind of wild, really. So there's only 40 people per event. I mean, I guess some of those people don't try and get in everyone, but...
What do people upload the most on the subreddit?
LOL Technoblade not in MCC.
Okay, there you go. That's your video.
Yeah, no, so like... To the point where, like... I mean, to be fair, the Reddit, as it got more popular, it became a bit of like a cesspool to some extent, which is going to happen, I think. I think you can see in some places that it's a lot of, like, it was my first time using Reddit as well, so, like, you know, I just wouldn't post things, really. And I think you can see on there that it's a lot of people's, like, they don't use Reddit very often, and they're just posting something that's like already been said, already been posted, and so you have to troll through a lot to get to the good stuff. But again, I love stats, and there's so many like crazy stat breakdowns on there. So I love
and
that
you can
stuff.
use that in your analysis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
you've literally got everything at your door, at your feet right now.
I had all my answers, but no one had told me, Will. But what the hell, dude?
I'm saying, if you can stick to this, you need to get it well edited, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Right. You need to get yourself an editor who really understands modern YouTube pacing.
Yeah.
Right, because that's super simple. Because pacing is so tiny different for every audience, right?
Oh yeah.
So for instance, my videos are way slower paced than TommyInnit's.
Yeah.
Like to like a huge degree, right? Despite me and Tommy making fairly similar content, Minecraft content that's based around funnies.
Yeah.
Like mine is so much slower paced because that's what my audience is more into. Whilst Tommy's it's quicker because he's got a younger audience who are more into super fast, jump cuts.
Energy.
Yeah. And that's what you need to hone.
Yeah.
Because from watching your videos, you have a very slow editing style, or your editor does, which is good. That's fine. You can have a slow edit. I mean, loads of great YouTubers have very slow editing. I mean, the best British YouTuber in the world has a slow editing style, and they're bald and bankrupt. So, you can have any speed. It's just you need to decide what suits your
I think that's again something I was quite aware of when I started the second channel. So I actually have separate editors for the channels. Because like the guy who does all my main channel stuff is he's worked with me for like 2.5 years now, and like his pacing on that style, on like the SMP style of stuff, is like great. It's exactly what I want. But then I knew when I was making the CP plays thing, with it being like essentially like chopped up highlights, I wanted it to be like snappier, a few more like, I guess like they call them pop culture references, like little things thrown in, and I knew someone who did that style of editing, so I got them to do that stuff. So like I guess that would be something as well I need to work out. Maybe I need to watch some like analytic videos myself and decide on the pacing that I think I would like, because I don't really know right now. Obviously
the advice I'd have for pacing is the one that I got from Mr. Beast, which is just it's so simple, and it's kind of ridiculous how simple it is, and it's no one cares about a guy who's sitting down at his webcam.
Yeah.
That drives away something like 60% of viewers. If you are sat down talking into your webcam, that drives away viewers, which is why I always start my videos stood up. I don't know if you ever noticed, whenever I go into streamer mode, I get up and walk away from my monitor and then walk onto screen. That's how I do it.
But yeah, I didn't know there was any reason for that, honestly.
Yeah, retention, audience retention. So, and then you need to bear in mind that your title should be saying what the video is. Don't start your video off by going, "Today, guys, we're going to be doing..." You just straight in.
Yeah.
You just straight into what you're doing. So if the video is called "Analyzing Technoblade's MCC13 Performance," he's
1,000 tiny hearts cracking.
if it's analyzing Dream's MCC13 performance, that'd be a good kickoff for your channel. I think everyone loves Dream, and it just analyzing Dream's MCC13 performance. You go, "What's up, guys? My name's Seapeekay, and today we're going to be looking at the analytics, stats, and replay review for Dream in MCC13."
Yeah,
that's it. And that's all you. And then it's content. You nothing else. No intros. Just straight in. It's very different from old YouTube. YouTube was all the intro. You had lots of.
No look at graph.
No, you do look at graph, but you do look at graph after you give them a little bit. So
give them a taste first, then show them the graph.
Because you got to prove hey, it's me. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
People are trusting you with their time. Right? That's the thing. Time is money for them, right? So if you can get your audience to trust it, 'cause it's so much different from old YouTube, man.
Yeah, and I think that's I'm kind of stuck in ways too.
I know it sounds like I'm freaking. I know it sounds like I'm
not
preaching.
at all.
I've been trying to do YouTube since like 2009.
Yeah.
So I'm very keenly aware. Obviously, you've been bigger than me during the 2014 era, which I was shit at YouTube, very very bad. But like I still am aware of the trends, and YouTube was in 2014, 2015 a lot different in stylistically, pacing, everything, right?
Oh yeah. 100%.
And the big thing, right? Where was I going with this? I was talking about fuck. Oh yeah, the trusting with time, right? So back in the day, if I had a video where in that video it was a video of me doing parkour, and TommyInnit talks about his time at school, right? Yeah. And it's funny, right? And that's the hook of the video, is the funny story he tells about his school, right?
Okay, yeah.
In 2014, I would title that video "TommyInnit told me what?" question mark, and that would bang. That video would bang, right? Because people back then were less aware of clickbait. It's a thing of your time is more indebted to the creator. Whilst nowadays, no one wants to be clickbaited. No one, and people will actually avidly avoid being clickbaited. So much so to the degree that I don't know if you've noticed this, but every title from 2019 onwards is what I've coined as hyper empirical. So it's just super like. So instead of Tommy told me he did what at school, I would title the video "Wilbur and TommyInnit talk about school stories." Okay, that would be it. It's super concise, super literally just describing what's happening. I forced 200 players to cross the void. As opposed to calling it Minecraft Void Cross Challenge. True. You've got to be super concise.
You're basically telling them exactly what they're going to see, and that's why they're going to click on it to look at what it is.
No, people don't want to be clickbaited, man. People really don't want to. So I'm so tired. I completely forgot why I'm telling you this.
I think it's just a general conversation about it, to be fair. We were originally talking about pacing, and then you said your advice on pacing, and then we ended up here.
Yeah, just people don't want to be clickbaited. So if you can prove in the beginning, you don't show them the graph too early. Show, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to waste your precious time, and then they'll subscribe.
You never get your graph out on the first date. That's 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've got to wait for the third date for the graph.
But no, that makes sense. I mean, so obviously, I mean, again, I know you're not an avid Twitter user, if I remember correctly. I think we spoke about this, and I know you're not on there too much anyway. So like, I tweet more than you would probably ever see. So like, I recently tweeted about like how like my main channel was seeing like a huge hit, and I hadn't really changed anything, but I just wasn't getting like views in anymore, essentially. And I was going to take some time off, which I'm doing right now. Like, I'm taking a week to just like sit back, look at my channel, look at myself, analyze what I want to do going forward, and like make that change. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing, which is what this conversation has come at a very good time, Wilbur. Like this guy basically reached out to me, who is it's a, I don't know what they are, content strategist, content something, right? I know. So but
to so many strategists.
But basically he said, he'll send me some stuff through to look at that he believes is something that could help out in the long run, and blah, blah, blah. And like, again, I'm not going to go into exactly what he told me on stream, because one, that's his information that I'm sure, I'm pretty sure it's his job, so so I'm not going to divulge everything he said, but quite a few of the things he was saying, especially about titles and stuff like that, resonate with what you were saying there, in the changes in like YouTube's like viewership habits, in that even like 2 years ago, I mean, to be fair, I probably didn't even really clock that was like a big change that happened. So like, I probably would have still called something along the lines of what you just said. Like, they did what? This did what? How did that happen? Blah, blah, blah. In fact, I did it somewhat recently, I guess in a different way, but it was called something like The Most Disgusting Creation on X Life or something. And
you don't want to title something like that.
No, exactly. And I know, like, literally just hearing you talk about it, and then like seeing what he said to me as well, I'm like, there's a much easier way to like have titled that doesn't sound so. What if people don't care about The Most Disgusting Creation? They're just gonna be like, well, I don't want to look then. But if it was something more specific, I don't think I title my content around the topics as much as I should either. You know, they're kind of wildly loose, which again was a thing that I think I'm into habitually, because back when I like, you know, blew up, I think I blew up in sort of like 3 stages. Like I remember 3 key points in my career where I just sort of jumped up like 100,000 subs, and I was like, okay, there you go, nice. And it was all around the time when like you could do titles like that and stuff like that would be fine. And you know, the time when everyone used Minecraft renders in their thumbnails, which I have conflicting advice on going in and being out. So I guess it depends on the content style.
What's the advice on it being in?
That apparently renders are very bright and attractive to the eye, is what I'm told. Someone.
A creator or a strategist?
Well, not a creator.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd say bright and attractive to the eye is definitely true. But okay, so this goes back to the easiest phrase to use is mystery is dead.
Yeah.
Right? Don't include mystery in anything you do on YouTube.
Should also be the title of your new EP as well, to be fair. Sounds quite Wilbur.
And you need to, basically, what does Dream's thumbnails have in common? They're
pretty much the same thing, right?
They are non-edited.
Yeah.
Flat F2 screenshots with no adjustments at all. And nothing's happening in it that would not happen in real life Minecraft.
Yeah, of course.
They are all plain screenshots, right? And look at TommyInnit's thumbnails. It's plain screenshots. So he puts his face in it because he has the luxury of having his face on display.
Yeah.
Which Mr. Beast Gaming can attest also is the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? And I gave it a go as well, and it didn't really work too well for me. But I think that was more because the content I was making wasn't as high quality as the regular stuff. Anyway, but I would say putting a render in your thumbnail, I would argue, much to the dismay of your friend,
yes,
is the worst thing you could do.
Okay, so
I would go as far as to say that you would actually actively be better picking a YouTube auto-generated thumbnail than using one with a render.
Interesting. Okay.
Because you just won't be bringing in new people. It works for Lauren Z Side, and it works for LD Shadow Lady, and it works for Smaller Screens because they have a dedicated audience who aren't going away, right? Mm-hmm. If you're not pulling those millions of views from the get-go, there is nothing to gain from you using those renders because you're not going to bring in new people.
No, 100%. And to be fair, that's a difference of opinion, even in creators. But like, I spoke to Scott about it because obviously Scott's having a great time on YouTube right now, and like he's, you know, quite rightfully blowing up with like the content he's making. And he said that a big thing he did was like switched his, well, obviously except for X Life because he said people are like kind of used to that at this point. But like his other things that are Minecraft related, it's, you know, the screenshot style, like you said, like it's just here is what is happening. Here's a picture from the video, basically. And he said that's what he would always recommend now. And then obviously, like you said, Lizzie still uses renders, but it's probably because her audience is so already used to that style that it doesn't matter that it's still there.
Yeah, I told Scott he should use no renders for X Live as well. Really? When I spoke to him about this, I said to him, yeah, you're gonna see fluctuations in viewership, but that's because your current viewers won't know if it's X Life, but you're gonna bring in new viewers who don't know if it's X Life. Yeah, that's the point.
I guess because new viewers don't want to watch 35 episodes into a season, right? Like, but if there's no, you know, necessary proof that that's what it is, they're still likely to have a click and maybe enjoy it, and they would never do it if they saw that it was specifically that thing. Which makes sense. Which again is things that like I don't think about, or maybe I do, and you know, it's just nice to have someone else say the same thing, to a bit of positive affirmation with my thoughts.
Yeah, it's the algorithm is very good right now. It's so. And the current climate of audience, I'm very lucky to be thriving in this climate. I feel like this is it's a very real. It doesn't feel plastic. It doesn't feel fake. Everything is real, and we currently have an audience of intelligent consumers who only want the best for their time, which is the dream. That's what you want. You want intelligent consumers who only want the best for their time. And I hate calling viewers consumers because it makes me sound like a fucking robot. But if we're going into marketing, then that would probably be the most apt word.
Yeah, 100%. But yes, it's definitely something. Like I said, I'm taking this like essentially a week. I think is the plan, to sit back and work on some stuff. Like definitely this analysis thing. And another thing, I think I can't remember if it was us that spoke about it. Again, it was like June or something this happened, so my memory doesn't serve me that well anymore, sadly. But like I think there was some benefits, or people say there are some benefits from it being like a new channel, and getting views early algorithmically means that YouTube is like, oh, this is a fresh channel and everyone's really interested, so let's push people towards that. That's my next question, is that obviously CP plays now. I've still been uploading at least like once a month, once every couple of weeks, but like, are you saying just keep the analysis stuff going on there, put it onto that place, or
honestly, how many subscribers does CP Plays have?
Oh, like 23,000 or something.
Okay, how many? Okay, what I would do genuinely in this situation. So, is there any video you're super proud of on there?
On CP Plays? A couple, yeah. To be fair.
Okay, so what you want to do? You want to private or delete every video that isn't in line with your new image, right? That isn't in line, that you're not proud of.
Yeah.
Or a video that is in line, but you feel like you rushed it out because you wanted to experiment, which is fine. Everyone experiments all the time. I deleted 21 million views worth of videos like last month.
Damn.
Because they were me experimenting, and I disagree. And now basically the way you got to see YouTube is like a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Right. You only want to put the best book on the shelf. Right.
Yeah. Okay,
and if you put a book on there in your past that is no longer up to the scratch of your library, then you want to take that one down to make way for the better one, so that an audience who clicks on your library is always going to see the best of your work. Right?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's
why Dream privates all of his older videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he wants people to click on it and see his new one. There's two ways of doing YouTube. The library method is the one I do. It's the one that most sort of big YouTube Minecraft boys do. Is the library method, which is every video is a book. Make sure you only put the good ones on. Yeah. The other one is your YouTube channel is a heart.
Okay.
Right? And every video is a beat of the heart. Right.
Okay.
You want to keep the heart beating as fast as possible. The faster the heart's beating, the more success you're going to be having.
Okay.
That is another viable option in this climate, but I don't know how long it's going to be viable for.
Okay.
So I would recommend the book method. But
I do like iBallistic Squid is in chat and says, I can't afford to take 2.5 billion views worth of videos off my channel, though.
Then make a new channel.
Make a new channel, to be fair.
Make a new channel. And you'd have to delete the old one. You can still even upload on the old one, but make a new channel and just take in the advice,
2.5 bill. God damn.
5 billion
That's
views.
Some number.
What's that like? That's a lot of views.
There's a lot of views. But yeah, this is definitely I think I've had this conversation like with friends and stuff before, but I think the people I predominantly talk to are the people who, were either already big when I started YouTube, or they are like still able to use like old habits and have success. And I think that the thing for me is I didn't know I liked this style of content until MCC. And I found out that like I love like self-improvement. I love like practicing to do things. I enjoy, watching other people play, like to get better for this next MCC. Like I watched Sapnap play parkour tag. I watched Fundy do ace race, like, and I enjoyed that side of it. I just don't think I knew that.
Why don't you stream yourself doing that and then edit?
Yeah, that is what I did at that point. Because that was after I finished analyzing BattleBox. Like I said, I had 1,300 viewers, which I think is the most I've ever had without having a raid, like a big raid. And I was like, well, if that's what they like to see, this is fun. I'd like to, what else shall I do? and obviously the 2 games I wanted to get better at were parkour tag. I was absolutely terrible at, and Ace Race. Ace Race, I'm always like okay, but I'm never great. I'm sort of like 20 to 15th pretty much every time, and like it's fine, but you know, again, for my own self-improvement, I mean, people always say that like MCC is for fun and blah blah blah, and like, you know, I get it, but for me, I enjoy the competitive side, whether there's a prize or not. Like, I like the competition, even just with myself. So yeah, I think the analysis stuff is definitely something that I'm gonna look into more. Again, I want to try and find someone who does something similar. Like, I don't know off the top of my head who else does that kind of stuff, but I definitely like to look at some styles and see like how people do things, because for me, I don't necessarily know. Obviously, like, stream pacing is way different, because I'm sitting and conversing with the people in between points. But I would obviously want it to be much quicker than that. Like, you know, I've got the analysis downloaded right now, and it's like an hour nearly, and you know, I want this video to be less than that.
I would well, that's what editing is. I would redo anything that you've done before coming up with this rebrand,
I mean,
coming up with this, because you will subconsciously during your analysis be aware of the edit, and then, but in this analysis it sounds like you weren't aware of the edit, so it would probably...
That's true, yeah. I mean, I have some friends who do speedrun analysis stuff, which I guess I could take. Well, you know, I can still watch it. It's not the exact same thing, but it's still analyzing something competitive that they're knowledgeable in.
Well, the difference is, though, is that you'll have emotion. That's the thing. Because watching someone analyze their speedrun, it's like, so at this point, I spawned next to a village, and I took the fastest course over to the village here, and I just started to, you know, it's like that.
Yeah, true.
It's like a discovery almost. You're discovering with the audience. As you're watching Satnap, you're going, oh, so he went round this way to get there. And it's like, instead of... So imagine the speedrunner, when they're talking about the, like, recapping their speedrun, they're going, wait, so I did this?
Oh, which they never do, yeah. Right, that's...
Yeah, it's like you add that level of discovery, that you're discovering it with the audience, which I guess is the important factor, I would say.
Yeah.
But literally, also another thing, don't be afraid to go back to, on the book method, don't be afraid to go back and retitle those books and re-thumbnail them. Yeah,
that's definitely... I mean, I recently started, like... I never learned to, like, make thumbnails myself. I say learned. Obviously, it's not really... I mean, it's a tender art with YouTube thumbnails, but because I always had renders, you know, I would just go to someone and be like, hey, I want this. And they'd be like, okay. And that's it, done. Whereas, like, recently, obviously, with me knowing I was gonna, like, go in a different direction, I started to do, like, thumbnails myself, and, like, again, they're wildly varied, which is, you know, what you said I should be going away from. And, like, yeah, it's one of those things. So, like, I guess getting to a point where I know what I'm doing with my thumbnails as well, which once I get a sort of analysis standpoint, like an analysis like series idea going, I think having a, you know, a rough template that I can change in and out would be the easiest way to do it. So once I've got that locked in, I'm sure that's fine going forward. But again, I think it's just that, like, I have ideas and then I struggle to bring them to reality, I suppose. And that's why I always enjoyed having a thumbnail person. But then, you know, it was maybe 6 months ago, so Lizzie pointed out that the last, like, 6 videos I had on my channel were all slightly different, but they had the same background, and I was like, I didn't even clock that. And it turns out the person who was making my thumbnails was using, like, the same backdrop in all the renders, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I don't really talk too much about the background. I just sort of send through, hey, I want this and this, and then they put it on the thumbnail, and that's it. So I've always said the biggest thing for me is finding, like, I guess it's different now, but I was always trying to find a thumbnail person who, like, I could sort of give a general idea to, and they would make the thumbnail interesting.
You don't need a thumbnail.
Which, yeah, no, now I know that. Yeah, it's just...
You have Photoshop.
I do.
There you go. You're as equipped as every thumbnail. I pay a cartoonist, an illustrator, to do my... That's what I do.
Yeah, on my second channel, that's what I do. I like that, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know if I can recommend it. I think I am the only person who in all of YouTube who's made it work. Literally, I've spoken with so many people, even people who've like admitted that they straight copied my sprite style that Annie does for me. Yeah. And it's just not performed well for them. I don't know why it does for me, but it's the mystery of YouTube. Yeah. But I wouldn't recommend it. So
yeah, I mean, the thing is, on my second channel, I mean, to have them hand drawn as well, I guess there's like somewhat of a premium price, because obviously I get the full thumbnail like hand drawn. So it costs me more than a render thumbnail would as well. And like some of those videos on the second channel don't even make the money back for the thumbnail. So I mean, it's like
you don't want that.
No,
look, you're doing an analysis of players, right? You're thinking of a thumbnail for an analysis of players, right? You got two elements on the screen, right? You've got flat screenshot player's skin on the MCC podium, right? Easy to do. You can just get an old or get your current one, skin them up with the person you're doing the video on. Yeah. F5 mode, stand yourself up on the MCC podium. You could even get a download of the map using a hack client, and then you could just do it in like a creative world, so you can get spectator mode to get like a proper view of the skin on the podium. Yeah. And then that's on the right hand side of the screen, zoomed in, taking up most of the frame, but very clear. It's the MCC like texture pack and stuff. Yeah. And then on the left side of the screen, your face. Yeah. Your face doing some kind of reaction shot, depended on, but like a still taken from the video. Don't sit there and stage photos. Okay. You just grab Gyazo and just take a screenshot of your face cam at a point that you think your face looks expressionful. Yeah. And that's it. There you go. You got your thumbnail. That's all done. You need. You can write the word analysis as well if you want. Okay. But that's it. You got your thumbnail. There you go. Done. And amazing. Then that's all you need, and that will get views.
Damn. So now to get to work.
Wilbur Soot recommends using hacked clients and MC. TommyInnit did it in front of Scott's Major, so I mean, that's how Tommy downloaded. Yeah, Tommy wanted to download the map so he could do a thumbnail, and so he did it in front of Scott's Major. And Scott's Major was like, "You're lucky that I love you."
Oh my.
It's a video game. There's no money on the line.
That's the ultimate flex right there. Tommy has no fear, clearly.
He's also just a fucking child. He doesn't know what's going on.
He has no idea what's happening in his surroundings.
He's gliding through life. It's like, oh, Tommy, you're making $6 million a year at the moment. What?
Huh? What? I play Minecraft.
Fredo. Do you know I met Jake the other day?
You did what?
No, that's what he'd say. Oh. It's like, hey, Tommy, you're making this amount of money. Oh, cool. You know, I met Jay Schlatt the other day. He's not making $6 million a year. He wishes he was.
Yeah, people. I was like waiting for the people to clock what you said. I'm like, oh boy. It's already going to be going on clip channels. Wilbur Soot confirms TommyInnit makes $6 million a year.
Oh no, me and Tommy used to have that joke where every time I'd be talking, I'd be like, so Tommy, you're making $2.8 million a year now, and he'd be like, yeah. Problem is, now I think he probably makes that amount anyway, so I can't really.
It's not really a meme anymore. Wow, when your memes become real, that's the true goal in life.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
Remember when we used to joke about making $3 million a year? Ah, good times. Tommy says from his super yacht. From the back of his pimped out tricycle. Oh man. People now so confused. They don't know if it's a joke or not. Oh dear.
Alright, I'll make a tweet. When I become a millionaire, I'll make my first first tweet back saying I'm a millionaire now, and that's all I'll say, and then I'll go.
I like that. I think that's a big respect vibe right there, So, well, at least he's owning it. Look at him go.
At least he's owning it. What are you saying it like it's a fucking failure? Like, he's a millionaire, but at least he's making the best out of the bad situation.
Nah, dude, that's so unrelatable being a millionaire. That's like the same thing you said when like people want the bands to say their bands. It's like Wilbur's a millionaire now. Oh no, can't relate to that. I for one have never been a millionaire.
Yeah, well, millionaire.
Suffering from success. Oh, Wilbur Soot's logged out. Are you throwing the towel in?
I'm staying on. I'm staying on here, but I'm just not. I'm not doing.
Enjoying running around in a circle anymore.
I'm not enjoying running around in the circle anymore.
Oh man, but yeah, we have to find some time to play Valorant, man. I've been like occasionally streaming it again because I missed. My channel growing from Minecraft was really fun, but I did miss playing other games occasionally. Yeah. So jump back on Valorant a little bit, and I still quite like it.
I think. Thank you. It's 3 p.m., which marks 30 hours, I think now.
What?
Wait, no, that would mean I woke up at 7 a.m. yesterday. That's not true. When did I wake? Oh no, I think this is like 25. That's not even that long.
That's a full day. It's quite long to me. I would consider that a long time.
3 p.m. It feels like this day's been going on forever.
Well, that's because I think it's become 2 days now. Sorry, you can get through it. Wait, so what's your plan now? Double down and stay up for the full, to like a regular sleep time now, or sleep when you're tired? Go full doggy.
I think what I'll do, I'll risk the heart palpitations. I'll go and get another coffee.
Another coffee? Oh, from the same coffee machine.
Yeah. I'll drink it.
Well,
then everything will be good.
You'd hope you would do that after paying for it, to be fair.
Inject it into my veins.
That's the one. You know what? The songs that have come off of me playing the one TTNG song are exactly what I'd normally listen to. So quite like it. The artist radio coming in strong.
Good shit. I could sleep, right? So what time is it? It's 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
I could get to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then sleep till 6 a.m. Right? That's 12 hours. I could probably push that, right?
Yeah. And does that work with your... Do you have any plans? Are you doing anything?
It's locked out.
I mean, chatting to people online, any recordings, streams,
I don't talk to people, Callum.
Well, then I consider this a great privilege. Thank you, Wilbur.
Yeah, you make the most of it, dick.
This may be the last time you speak to me for the rest of the year.
I think today's a write-off.
Yeah.
Today's a write-off. I did a lot of work at like 8 a.m. right?
Exactly. So you've earned this big sleep if you can pull through another couple of hours.
I think because the thing is the sun sets at like what 5 p.m. so it's going to set in like an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's pretty early.
That's so weird because I watched the sunrise, and it feels like that wasn't that long ago.
But in reality,
it was like 10 hours ago. Jesus. I'm not taking a nap because that will just ruin my. That would make everything worse, I think.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, you'd need like a full reset. I think. Big long sleep, and then just hope you don't randomly wake up in the middle of the sleep.
I think I need to embrace it because I got to be sleepy and not tired. I got to let myself embrace the fact that I'm fatigued.
Yes.
If I fight it, you got a TTNG song. If I fight it, I'll be like, that's how I get grumpy and miserable.
You don't want that.
I've got to hold it in. I've got to keep it.
All awake and no sleep makes Wilbur a grumpy boy.
Don't let them in. Don't let them see. That's a Frozen reference.
I thought it was, but
I'm such a Disney fan.
Are you really?
I'm not at all. I'm actually pretty anti-Disney. I would say it's ruined a lot of cinema.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that my sister will have a valid reasoning, but my younger sister is so against Disney for some reason. I'm not sure what her actual reasoning is. I think because she's going through her. I don't want to say it's like an emo phase, but I think
she's going through a rational, reasonable person.
Yes, exactly. So I think she's in a position where she thinks she can't like anything bright and colorful. But
Someone in your chat just said Disney was fun until the 2010s. No, Disney has stayed the same. You've just grown up. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You are as young as you will ever be right now. You will never be this young again. Make the most of it.
And you'll never be this young again. And you'll never be this young again.
Okay. Disney was great until they went on a quest to monopolize the entertainment industry. What? So you mean 1924? that was when they stopped being great.
I loved all the pre-1924 classics, mate.
Oh yeah. Dude, I miss when Disney was just Cinderella.
Steamboat Wilbur.
Yeah. That was the only good time.
Everything was better when we were younger. Or do you now understand why it wasn't good?
Yeah. Dude, my controversial, Pixar is so overrated, man.
Oh.
It's my controversial opinion. I think they made 4 good films.
Would you care to share what you believe those are?
Since one of you watched Planes and been like, oh, this is a marvel of animation.
True.
Did you watch Cars 3 and go, hell yeah, this wasn't a cash grab?
It needed an extra sequel.
See, someone in your chat said Up isn't that great, whilst I would argue Up is one of the few really good Pixar. Yeah, I'd say that's one of the... Up is a film I'm very into. I very much like Up. Best Pixar film though is it's got to be Toy Story. Toy Story 2 and 3 are just the same film twice. That now I've said that, you're gonna realize all the similarities.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Up is only good until the kid comes in. What? Isn't the kid in it pretty early? I haven't watched Up for a little while.
On the door, right? He knocks on the door.
Yeah. So you liked the first 5 minutes of the movie, which were incredibly heart-wrenching, and then you hated it. Once it got light-hearted, and that's when I stopped liking it.
Someone just said, I never remember which Toy Story is which. Oh, don't worry. It's easy to remember. Just remember that one of them is the one where the toys are taken out of their usual environment and taken to another area where there's some strange oligarchical, like, dictator character toy who's in charge of another group of toys. And it ends up that Buzz gets some kind of factory reset switch hit, which makes him act differently. So Woody him and the toys have to work together to take down this dictator character. But then everyone encounters a conflict and they get very close to dying, but don't worry, their friendship pulls through, and at the end they manage to convert the evil dictator character in a grand scheme with lots of conveyor belts. Place your bets. Is that Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3?
I'm gonna go for
both.
Oh
it's
no!
Both of them.
It's
both of them. I should describe both Toy Story 2 and 3.
To be fair, I feel like this is going to play right into what you just said, but I feel like I remember 2 but not 3, but maybe I actually remember elements of both.
Toy Story 2 is the Prospector.
Oh, is it Al's Toy Barn?
Oh, that's yeah, but
2, right?
also both of the dictator oligarch characters have a walking stick and speak with a southern accent as well. I forgot to mention that as well. Yeah, and then they end with the Toy Story 2 ends with the Prospector being dressed up as a girl and put in like an airport conveyor system and taken off by some little girl. Right. And Toy Story 3 ends with them in that big garbage chute and the lots of hugs bear.
Oh yeah.
It's literally the same film twice. They just sold you the same film. Yeah, everyone putting question marks in the chat. You've been lied to, chat. Realize that Pixar is shit.
And then they sold you a spork, mate. So
also, isn't there a Toy Story 4? I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's the main character is a spork with pipe cleaners. Toy Story
4 may have been absolutely brilliant. It may have been the best film in the world. I can't tell you.
I mean, I don't actually know if I watched it, honestly. I just remember seeing that the main character was actually a spork with pipe cleaners on and thought, well, surely this is just a way to market spoons and charge $20 for them. Which they did.
WALL-E is good. WALL-E is a good film. Someone said, what about Ice Age? That's not Pixar. Ice Age is DreamWorks.
Yeah. So yes, it's not a good Pixar movie.
Wait, is it DreamWorks? I think Ice Age is... No, it's a different company altogether, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
If I had to guess one, I'd say it was DreamWorks.
It is... Blue Sky Studios.
Oh. Well, I don't think I do. That's some good, like, pub quiz general knowledge there.
Yeah. what studio created Ice?
That's it. That's the kind of thing. I remember for the first like 6 months of lockdown, we did weekly quizzes with friends. And I remember there was a time in my life where I was like, you know what? This is really nice. Like, even after the quarantine, I hope we keep doing these. And I think after 6 months of it, I was like, you know what? I just don't want to do a quiz anymore. Don't want to quiz. I'm done with quizzes. I've got no more general knowledge left. You've taken all of it. Because that's obviously how it works. Once you give an answer, you then forget the answer. So you only have one use.
Everyone's saying Big Hero 6 was great. I literally didn't remember. I remember how it begins, and then it's just gone from my memory. I remember watching the film and being like,
I definitely enjoyed Big Hero 6. I remember the characters quite like fondly and the story in general, but I do think that Baymax was like a big carrying point. They got the sidekick character like perfect in that. So
it was like the main actually.
So it was San Francisco was an odd name. I get that it was just a combination of San Francisco and Tokyo, but I feel like calling it San Francisco or whatever it was is like
Wreck-It Ralph was dreadful. Wreck-It Ralph it felt like I was just watching a commercial, like just a huge commercial.
Wait,
Monsters Inc.'s brilliant. Monsters Inc.'s brilliant.
Do you like do you like Ready Player One?
I never watched it.
Oh, okay. Because I think that's one of the biggest divides in. Some people love all the gaming trope, like nerd culture in it. Some people think it's a mockery of the topic.
I probably dislike that. I don't like commercialism at all. It's just not something that appeals to me. That's why Wreck-It Ralph is so shit for me. But I don't like. In
Ready Player One, Tracer's in it.
Why did you go back and get the speed boost when you were like already going through the Elytra quickly?
I think the speed boost does help with general speed when you're going into the Elytra. And if I don't get the right height coming out of the jump, like I know I'm not going to make it and I don't want to reset the whole lap. So I honestly, I've been doing this on autopilot. Like I don't even feel like I've been trying to get a quick time. I've been enjoying like chatting. So I'm just sort of like running around in a circle. I could be doing anything at this point.
Zootopia is good. I like Zootopia.
One of the films with the most different names in different countries, I think. It was called absolutely everything. Zootopia here, Zootropolis in the US, Zoomania in Germany.
Zootropolis. Yeah. Don't the Americans call it Zootopia?
I believe Zootopia was already named over there. I think.
Yeah, it's right as Zootopia in the US.
Unless it's the other way around. Zootropolis.
Zootopia here too.
Wait, hold on. Let me look this up. I'm not losing my mind. Zootopia, other names. Zootopia is the next feature film to release by Walt Disney. It has been renamed Zootropolis for its UK release. It's Zootropolis here, Zootopia in the US, and Zoomania, I think it is, in Germany, specifically Germany for some reason. I don't know if they just already had something called that as well, but I went to an event for that. I went to a warehouse that Disney had dressed as a sort of animal kingdom, and I ate snacks that were made to look like plant pots. It was a very odd night. Very odd night.
I'm back. I've returned.
Welcome back. Your noise as you were leaving sounded like you were like rolling away on squeaky wheels.
That's just my legs.
What about Ratatouille?
Yeah, I mean, Ratatouille's alright.
I think as someone who browses TikTok fairly frequently, I'm close to having it ruined, I think, by the fact they're making a Ratatouille musical on the app. And I just feel like overexposure to Ratatouille as a brand may eventually tarnish my memories of it. And Liam Payne from One Direction said he's going to be in it, so it's an odd time. I think it's an odd time. but it is being branded as the Ratatousical, which I don't mind. I don't hate the name, but people are writing theatrical music pieces. But it's like, this is a scene where Remy talks to his dad, and then like it's this whole acted out scene. I'm like, damn, people went all out here.
What's your opinion on Shrek, Cameron?
I mean, I always liked Shrek. I can't speak for how great it is as an overall movie. I mean, I'm a very easygoing movie watcher. I watch a lot of bad movies, and I'm aware they're bad, and I can sit and quite happily enjoy them. Like, you know, so I'm probably the worst person to come to for, you know, whether a film is actually deemed good or bad. I mean, me and Mitch go out of our way sometimes to watch movies that we just think are going to be awful. Especially like things to do with like American high school drama. I can't escape it. I love Riverdale, put it that way. I know it's a horrifically written show. I hate it, but I also love everything about it. So
I think Shrek's a good film.
I like Shrek. Did they need to do as many as they did?
Well, it hasn't aged well. I feel like most Minecraft YouTube stans would not like it if they went back and watched it with a politically correct lens. It definitely.
Yes. I actually watched. Have you seen the movie The Invention of Lying?
No,
it's Ricky Gervais. And it's exactly what it says on the tin. They live in a universe where people cannot lie. Like, it's impossible.
Oh, is it fucking Adam Sandler?
No. He didn't tarnish that one.
Wait, I swear I've heard this.
No, Ricky Gervais is the
Jim
lead.
Carrey?
Nope.
Oh.
Like, literally, Ricky Gervais is the lead. And there's like a bunch of like cool actors and actresses in like bit parts, but like, yeah, you know, the movie is basically one day he tells a lie to the bank, and then he realizes he's the only person in the world who can lie. And it's a very like entertaining idea, and it was from 2009. A lot of horrific political incorrectness, and I was like, damn, that's like 11 years ago, and they could really say some of this stuff like in a film.
It's people let things pass for weird reasons.
Yeah.
I've always thought how strange you are. Like, but watching Bo Burnham stand up makes me quite uncomfortable with the amount that he drops slurs just constantly. Yeah, he's hailed as a god amongst men, I think he's hilarious. I love Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
And so do the stands, but strangely they overlook his slurring.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a really interesting thing. I always find how people are held to different standards based on the holiness in the community. You know,
selective gatekeeping.
Yeah. So it's like some people will get away with things that other people won't simply because the stands have decided they're allowed to, like the fucking council.
Yeah. You know? The stand council had a meeting, and the 12 most powerful stands, one from each pillar of the community, one dream stand. They all meet up once a week and discuss what is allowed that week.
Dude, Bo Burnham's like my biggest inspiration. I fucking love him.
Damn. Just, you know, less slurs.
Less slurs.
What? Hold on. What do I think of the MCC tea? I didn't think there was any tea.
They're making tea around MCC.
What do you mean? MCC SMP?
What is it like? Is it like Tetley?
Tetley's?
Tetley. MCCT.
MCC 14 is going to come back sponsored by Tetley tea bags.
Oh, yes, please.
Everyone gets a little box of tea. Oh, wait, did they mean... Oh, they meant team and missed an M. Oh, so what do I think of my team? Yeah, it's all right, yeah. I'm excited. I don't think I'm going to get a word in edgeways.
I hate them. I am going on record now to say I hate all the creators I'm teamed with.
I don't think I'm going to... I think I'm going to struggle to get some words in. But, you know, I also worked out that if you add Tommy and Tubbo's age together, it's only 5 years older than me. But, you know, once you get past that part... I think it's going to be a very energetic stream.
It is Minecraft's age.
So, I'm excited. Wilbur's team is 3 generations plus a weird uncle. Right.
3 generations? What?
3 generations of... Oh, wait.
It's two generations.
Yeah, I did see some Reddit post about...
It's 1 millennial and 3 Zoomers.
I think it's something to do. I feel like it's maybe something to do with like your scripted stuff you've done in the past.
Oh, they're making the Dream SMP reference.
Maybe I saw there's a big Reddit thread that's doing, doing some good upvote numbers.
Then it is 3 generations. Yeah, it's got my dad Phil and my son Fundy.
That's it. Ah, yes. What a team. A father, his dead son, his furry grandchild, and a random 4'11 Mexican is what it says here.
I'm dead, Callum. I'm the dead son.
Oh. You're doing a great job of talking and...
Yeah, well, that's just what happens when you're built different.
I'm built different, bruv. I think the key thing is just to stay out of the fire, yeah? It's a super high level tactic, isn't it, really?
You want me to do it, but I refuse. I refuse at this time.
It was worth it. I cast a line. It was worth it. It was worth an attempt.
It's almost bedtime. I can't.
You have to give in eventually. Yeah, that actually, do you know what? I think that's one of the most upvoted things on the Reddit. 2.3k upvotes on that little meme.
I am just brilliant. So.
I used to have the most upvoted post back in the day. I used to like the Reddit when there's only 3,000 users, you see. Back in, before it was like all mainstream and stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, back before us mainstream people came in.
Yeah.
Made it better.
The bloody Dream SMP lot came in, didn't they?
I'm so hungry, man. I'm so hungry and so sleepy, but you're 3 viewers away from matching your record of no rate. So.
True. I actually didn't even realize. Damn. See, people just love our conversation. Yeah. That's what it is.
Because we don't say slurs like that Bo Burnham. That's why they like it.
If it was Bo Burnham in here, I think it'd drop. What if he accidentally slur? I mean, to be fair, I'd get TOS, so probably a terrible person to stream with.
I've made my fair edgy comedy song jokes. Like in my Nice Guy ballad, everyone thought I was a racist.
All right.
Yeah, because I made a joke in the song making fun of racists,
which inadvertently makes you one. I think.
Yeah, I think it's the lack of satire in it. I still don't say the line now because I don't want to upset anyone. But
yeah,
I do not a racist, Callum. I promise.
I mean, Wilbur, I've known you for a fair while now, and I've never even got an inclination of that from you, friend.
Good. Oh my god, I don't know how Corpse Husband does it, man. Like,
does what?
I could never write lyrics that suggestive. I literally, when I was at VidCon and I played my comedy songs and I was like sat around a circle and I saw my audience around me and they were all just like they were all just teenagers and like young teenagers and children. And I was there and they were like, "Can you sing the one about show me your tits?" And I was like, I don't
I'm not sure I can.
I don't. And their fucking mum was there, and I was just like, and I was just sat there like, oh, I don't think you should be listening to that one. I won't do it. And they're like, no, you can't just not. And I was just like, I guess it is like going to see fucking Coldplay and they just don't sing Yellow. You know, like we just don't do. So I was just there like, what? And ever since then, I've even noticed I've never put a swear word in any of my comedy songs since that day.
Like you subconsciously realize it.
Completely clean, apart from the word asshole.
Which
in
is
my
fine.
nervous song. That's it.
I reckon you can say it to someone of any age, mate. If they're being an asshole, you just call them.
That's why I don't know how Corpse Husband would do it. Like if COVID is over, when COVID's over, and like he goes to play a gig, and he's just got these swaths of young children shouting his lyric. I don't know. I'd be hella uncomfortable with that. I don't know how he does it.
Choke me when you hate me. Oh
God. No. I love him. He's such a nice guy. He's like genuinely lovely. I just don't know how he maybe his audience is older than I think.
Yeah, true. I mean,
I just assume we share an age range of our audience.
Yeah, I mean, I met him through Among Us like a few months back. I think it was right before I think he did a couple of lobbies with like Pewds and stuff right after, and then obviously he was already big from like his horror story stuff, but I think he's now on a whole new level. He ascended.
Boy, you beat your record.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Wilbur.
No problem.
His audience is a bunch of alt girls. I mean,
name an alt girl over the age of 23. And
But yeah, and then like,
age 24. There's no age range on this.
Nah, definitely not. But yeah, I spoke to him a few times. Obviously, I had like this crazy deep voice, which was nuts and very like, you know, it draws attention. And we spoke a few times afterwards, and like I heard that he made music, and I was like, damn, it is pretty sick. But I can't imagine performing it. Like, it must be an interesting scenario. I mean, maybe he doesn't have plans to do that if he's, you know, still very much under wraps with his face, right?
I hope he does have plans to do it. I think he could have some fucking awesome looking shows, like VFX wise.
Yeah, I mean, I watched his interview with Anthony Padilla. I don't know how you say his name. Anthony Padilla.
Yeah.
And I just liked that. Obviously, like, he's a faceless YouTuber right now, technically, but like he was like, some mornings I just like take a picture and I throw my phone down and leave it up to fate whether it posts. I'm like, that is some angle to take on it. So I guess he's open to the idea of showing his face eventually. But I mean, I guess you could do a show still without showing face. I guess, you know, people wear masks and things like that. I just can't imagine performing in a mask. It's usually very hot on stages.
Yeah. Everyone's shouting at me in your chat to do a collab. The thing I would never feature someone in a song for the sake of featuring them.
No, if you had something that you thought they would fit on that you've like, come up with, then sure.
Like obviously, I I like to think Corpse would probably be down to do a song with me.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me a little congrats message when I beat him on the viral Spotify trending. No, I think I beat one of his like many songs that are on like the Spotify top. Yeah. His like other songs all just completely destroyed mine. But yeah, so I like to think he'd do a feature with me. But
I think so.
I don't have a song that I want that I would be good for him.
No.
And I wouldn't just want to feature him because it's like big name song.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does happen pretty frequently, but I think you can sort of tell when it's the same as when like rappers do phone-in verses, and you can see
1,400.
Oh, I'm outdated on my own Streamlabs here. I'm on 1343 it says, which is already the highest. So this is a very exciting moment. Thank you for being here, guys. If only I had. I'd say a bit more energy, but this is just what people are here. Oh, H-Bomb is here.
Twitch Prime.
Yeah, I did try that. I tried it yesterday.
Twitch Prime.
Maybe
Twitch
the key
Prime.
is that other people have to ask for it. That's because
Twitch Prime.
Can you hear what he's saying, guys? That's pretty crazy.
Twitch Prime. I'm gonna read out anyone who Twitch Primes. Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. I'm going to read out your name. Twitch Prime. Click the subscribe button. You may have a free sub and I'll read out your name. Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime.
I figure at this point everyone's using Twitch Prime on TommyInnit.
Twitch Prime. Am I just not seeing people's names or is just no one subbing?
No, it's pretty weird, isn't it? I don't really know what's going on here.
Does it always come up in the chat?
It won't let me. Yeah, no, it will. It won't let me.
R4T Queen. Recent sub. I don't know if it was a Prime, but it's there.
It's there. Do you still say Twitch Prime or do you say Prime Gaming? Or do you just say Prime?
Twitch Prime. Oh, Tommy333_.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Lenke. He's gifting 5 subs. Oh, Lenke. That's so nice. You love Haley EXO with the Prime. Oh, Twitch Prime.
I also thank you guys as well. Just a side note. Thank you from me as well.
Twitch Prime. No, only me. Twitch Prime. Callum actually hates you and doesn't want you here. It's only me. This is my second channel now, guys. I've got the stream key.
I'm moving to my second channel as my main channel, and Wilbur's taking over this Twitch channel as well.
Twitch Prime.
When he wants to stream things without so many viewers, this is where he's going to come.
Yeah.
Just to chill out. Which I heard is a thing people do. I didn't know that. I didn't know that some streamers have alt streams.
Yeah, well, I don't think many do.
I know.
I can think of one.
Okay, well, maybe don't say it in case they don't know, but... yeah.
What? It's not hidden. It's Carson. Carson's the only one, I think. He's the only one I can think of. I don't know.
And what do they do? Just stream something different with no...
It's like no, he streams whatever he wants. It's the whole... so you can make separate content away from your main stuff, so you feel like you don't have to live up to an expectation, you know.
Okay, that's interesting because I guess with like Twitch, I don't even think of it that way because I know some people like say they're not going to stream something because it'll affect their averages and stuff. But I felt like after getting like partnered, I didn't really think it sort of mattered as much.
Only be Tommy in it.
What song is this?
Tommy in it's always going on his Twitch metrics page. Like, am I still 8th?
It was funny. I was talking to Tubbo about some stuff. In fact, I think Tubbo was talking to you after I was talking to him a while ago when he was trying to get a PC deal sorted. Because he said he didn't want to get what he wanted to like see if he could work a deal out, so I was helping him with that. And then when I spoke to him about things, he's like, well, Wilbur and Schlatt said this. I was like, okay, no.
Yeah, okay, I remember this conversation. I completely shut you down. I'm sorry, Callum.
No. So it wasn't even like the thing is, like, I was talking to Tubbo and he mentioned that he wanted to get a new PC, and I was like, oh well, I like know a few people, like I can put you in touch. And he's like, oh, I don't really want to, like, I don't really know what I'm saying or what I do. So I was like, well, if you want, I can reach out to them like on your behalf, like, you know, they're friends of mine, blah blah blah. So it was actually like someone else that he was dealing with, but then he was messaging me, so I was relaying the messages to Tubbo. I was basically like a big middleman. So you were shutting down someone completely different, not me.
Okay.
But to be fair, like when we were getting to like the nitty gritty of it, it was like Tubbo didn't really know what he wanted, and I was trying to pitch to this company that Tubbo essentially wanted like a no month, no contract deal, and they were like, we can't really do that. I was like, yeah.
I got a no month, no contract deal on my PC.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did with NVIDIA.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal.
That's quite normal, isn't it? It's normally you do one sponsored video and then.
I mean, it definitely depends on audience size. Like.
Oh, yeah, Tubbo could.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
I know.
They're turning down the 29th biggest streamer in the world to use their PCs. That's on them.
That was what I was talking to Tubbo about when I was like, oh, do you have like your Twitch stats about like that I can send through? And he was like, oh, I'll give you these. And like, I looked it up on some like Twitch metrics page, and I was like, Tubbo, do you know for whatever the month in question was? I was like, you're the 7th fastest growing streamer on the platform. He's like, oh. That's nice. I was like,
yeah, Tubbo's never been a small streamer.
No, bro.
Tubbo does not care about numbers because you could tell he made his channel and his first stream had like 18,000 viewers. So it's like he doesn't know the struggle. Okay. He's just always been.
So I heard, like, I don't, obviously, again, I take everything people say with a pinch of salt in the chat, but someone told me that Tommy and Tubbo met from Tommy raiding Tubbo or something when they were both like tiny streamers.
I've never asked.
Oh, this is what I got told. And like apparently Tommy had like 10 viewers and Tubbo had like 3 or something. And Tommy just raided him and then they started talking. That's how they became friends. And I was like, that's an unbelievably adorable story if that's true. Oh yeah, apparently everyone's saying it is true.
Tubbo averaged 3 to 5 viewers for 2 years. That's not what he told me.
He's giving you the big time story, mate.
Yeah, no, I asked him because he was like, he seemed very unaware of how big he was. So I was like, you do realize, Tubbo, you can ask for more from the sponsorships. You know, you don't have to. You can be like, you know, they should be clamoring to you.
Yeah,
like they, you know. And he was just like, oh, cool. I was like, you really are just living the life, aren't you, Tubbo? And he was like, well, yeah, it kind of just happened so quickly for me, and you know, I'm just here now. So I just assumed he'd been big forever.
Oh, goodness me. I don't even know what I was doing at his age. Not that, though. 16. I was probably thinking about being a guitar player. I think that's what I was doing.
I was playing World of Warcraft.
Me and my very popular band, Our Famous Dead. Very edgy, as you can tell by the band name. Good times. We made electronic hardcore. I guess that's what you'd call it. Man, boy, was it moody. I played guitar.
Rhythm lead?
Rhythm mostly. Until, you know, I was... one day I was like, you know what? I'd like to play something more like lead-based for a couple songs. I quite like playing rhythm because I could really just like throw myself about on the stage and not really have to worry too much about it. Like it was, you know, most of the bass stuff I was doing was very easy to do, so I felt I could entertain more. Which, you know, as a long fringed emo 18-year-old, mate, I threw it about on that stage, mate. Let me tell you. There's some incredible footage of not that band, actually. The band I went to after 5 years in that band, one day our lead singer just came to practice and was like, I'm thinking about turning into an industrial band. And I was like, okay, well, that's the end of the line for me. That's where I'm going to have to bounce, sadly.
Well, you didn't want to be in an industrial band?
No, it wasn't for me. Like, not style of music.
You got to do some 9 Inch Nails.
It was... Well, I believe in the end, the band name changed to Jensen. Jensen, like Jensen Button. And they did a couple of like, I think they did like a very electronic-y, dark cover of a Duran Duran song. And I think it sort of just like faded out slowly. I still talk to some of them. But then I joined another band. I was a stand-in guitarist, as their guitarist had like basically injured himself and they needed someone for like one gig. And I had all the time in the world, so I was like, I'll learn all your songs right now, let's do it. So learned all the songs, played a couple of shows, and they were like, yeah, we'd love for you to join permanently. I was like, all right, sick. And that was when...
What about the other guitarist who just sat there with an injured leg like, hey guys, we're practicing again?
I think in the end, I think he was, you know, like had a Moonlight band. I think a lot of people were in multiple bands in that period of time. And I think he ended up practicing more with the other band anyway. So, you know, I don't know how people ever juggle more than one band. I couldn't imagine it. Especially not two bands that are both like playing shows as well. Like, I don't get it. So I ended up joining, and that was interesting because they were like, that band was based in York, and they were like already very popular as a York band. So I went kind of from like a band that was like moderately popular in like Leeds. You know, if we played a show in Leeds, we'd get a few hundred people down maybe. And then the York shows were like just crazy. Yeah, You Cried Wolf. See, oh yeah, really weird. Revelation, who's in my chat. We were both in bands in the York scene, but just didn't know each other until like a long time ago. And now he like manages the Game Belong arenas and streams. And like, it's just a very strange like re-clash of worlds. And I was like, oh, I used to be in You Cry Wolf. He's like, oh yeah, I played with that band. I'm like, that's so strange. So weird. But yeah, that was I mean, I only got to play about 20 shows, I think, and then that band also fizzled out. I think like a lot of bands in that genre. And obviously
they could never know my band.
I was not. What is I didn't actually know you had a band. I thought you were more of a solo man. Oh, exactly. Is it all under wraps?
Yeah, I've discussed it before. I've discussed I'm in one right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I just don't want my like onlineness to affect it.
Yes, that makes sense.
Because in the same way you're in the York scene, I play in the indie Brighton scene.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I've met people who've recognized me.
Okay.
And they know me. So there's definitely people who know the name of the band and have seen me.
Has this been going on for a long time? Or, well, I guess if you've played shows, then it must have been a long time, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, 2018, not too long.
I mean, I think that's pretty much the whole time I've known you, and I don't know about this, Wilbur. What the hell?
I don't mention it to anyone.
Well,
it's not out of like, not for any reason other than just it's my thing.
No, I completely get it. I mean,
my little separate life.
If I look back on like when I mentioned that I was in a band on like back in the like my earlier YouTube days, all the comments on my old band's music video were just like, "Is this CPK? Is this CPK? Is this CPK? Which one's CPK?" And I'm like, I see the, you know, the negative. Someone from the band actually reached out to me recently and was like, imagine how big the band could be with your newfound influence. I was like, okay. Nice.
Please let me use you for my music career.
I miss playing music, man. I really do. But I don't know. I feel like at this point now, it's just one of those things that I'm just going to enjoy.
Do you play bass?
I never have, actually. No, I never played bass.
Oh, okay. Damn. We need a bassist.
I'll learn bass.
You'll learn bass.
I'll learn bass. I'll learn bass just to learn your band's name, mate.
I mean, you just need to learn the bass lines. We've already written them. You wouldn't need to write anything.
Look at that. Can we do quarantine gigs?
Well, we just sat.
That's it. You know, I always there was a band I used to really like, and I used to like them so much that I can't remember the name now. So you know, must have really loved them. But they were a band, and each of the members was from a different country, and like their whole thing was that they would upload like covers on YouTube, but they were all from like different parts of the world. And I remember thinking that's like the sickest thing ever. Because like that's so sick. Like they live so far away from each other, but they get to make music. And then they signed a record deal. and I think they played like their first show in like 2018 or something. Like they all met for the first time and played some gigs, and I was like, that's so cool. And then apparently the singer left for another signed band instead that were all from, I think he was from Germany, and all the band were from Germany, and he was like, this is just easier, and then went to that band instead.
You never wanna get signed by a label, man.
Nah, do the Enter Shikari way, mate.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like, why would you want someone else to click upload for you?
Are you telling me that I should leave my MCN?
Oh, you're in an MCN?
Yeah.
Then yes, you should. Good luck is my answer to that.
Yeah, you know what the worst thing was? I was living in fear. So I was one of the few who got kept on the Disney train. You know, and Disney started dropping everyone. And I got kept on the Disney thing, and I was like, damn, look at me. Like, I mean, not naive to the fact that I got kept because there's value in having my group as a group, and like my group got kept on Disney. So, you know, but it was kind of like a cool thing. It made it easily identifiable when people asked what I did. It's like, you know, technically in Disney. And then I left. Well, I say left. They were going to drop me, so I left. It was one of those classic things. And actually, the Disney label is now gone. They have no creators anymore. As of 2 months ago, everyone got dropped. So, you know, I wouldn't have been around for much longer in it anyway. But in my head, and I heard like mixed reviews on it, like AdSense was like way different in terms of monetary earning to what you get through an MCN. So I panicked and joined another MCN. But I do think that once my contract is up, I'll just let it go. You know,
yeah.
Let it go. Just do it myself. I don't think there's really much difference at all from what I saw. Mostly because my second channel was just AdSense, like no MCN, and the earnings from the videos were pretty much exactly the same as my stuff, but I wasn't losing, you know, percentage to someone.
The only reason I joined an MCN would be just so it could port my earnings through my business account easy.
Yeah, I mean, when I was with Disney, they didn't pay into business accounts.
Why?
So they basically they would for their like 1%, but then they basically said it was too much stress. Honestly, so I asked so many times because I was like, I'm getting paid on PayPal every month, and like I have to transfer it to my business and then pay myself from my business, and like it's such a pain in the ass.
Was it a PayPal business account?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you probably shouldn't be saying that you traded from your personal PayPal account to your business account back to your personal bank account. That's fraud. No. You would get in trouble for that.
Don't worry. I mean, everything I do is above board because I make sure I've had an accountant for the last like 3 years. I run everything through my accountants. The last thing I want to do is get in trouble for like tax stuff. Jesus.
Oh, I've had Mr. Taxman at my door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have him at my door when he wants me to pay him.
That's scary, man. That's scary.
But you know, it's about that time as well. I started getting my letters where it's like, did you know your tax return? I'm like, look, shut up. It's done. It's ready to be filed already. This is the earliest I've ever been done. So now all I have to do is, you know, wait for my accountant to tell me how much I owe them and then pay them, which is that's the really fun part.
Yeah.
Chat, you just wait. One day you'll earn a bunch of money and then someone will just take some of it.
Some call it robbery.
Yeah, some do.
Me.
It's all right. I'm helping make sure the potholes in our local cities get filled.
Why don't you just go through the thing?
What that? So I wasn't on pace. I wasn't going to beat my time.
You were on pace.
I wasn't. I have to get 37. But here, I'll set a new PB for you. Not there because I've hit the wall.
Someone just said TV tax collectors suck. Who the fuck is paying TV tax?
Okay, they're the ones who threaten you with letters all the time, and they're like, "We're gonna come." And
Jellyful, are you a boomer? Why do you have a TV? Why are you paying TV tax? Why do you not have YouTube?
It's just so funny because it's one of those things that's like, how do they prove you're using it versus you prove you're not? And it's like, can I come in and check? No. Okay.
Okay, bye. Especially during COVID. Can I come in and check? No, you can't even come near me, mate. Bye. Shut the door.
Like, it's just like such an odd thing because they're not going to come with a warrant. There's no way they have a warrant. Like, what, to check if I'm watching the BBC? How would they prove or disprove that? Although I think it was I think Ollie once got a letter saying like, do you have a TV license? And I mean, he said no, he doesn't watch anything. And then I think he said he watched an episode of like Doctor Who on iPlayer.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Then they like set
have
another
a
thing, and it's like, we have reason to believe you watched a BBC. I'm like, what? What do you mean you have reason to believe?
Well, the thing is that I'm still legally an occupant of my parents' home.
Yep.
And my parents both pay for the TV license. They both have aerials. They both have they have satellite. So legally, I can say, well, I'm in a domicile that is paying TV license. Go through it. Yes.
It's not bad. Look, 37, 38, 39.
No, you can't. You're gonna win.
I'm not. I can't do it. Honestly, 38:05. It doesn't feel like it's the fastest though. I feel like my run wasn't optimal when I did it.
I like how everyone in the chat's now very confused about what TV tax is.
Yeah.
Basically, Americans, our country has something called the British Broadcasting Corporation, or the BBC. And what they do is, back in the day when television had 2 channels and everyone was watching it and it was becoming a thing of national importance, the government was like, hey, we should have our own national service to show television programs and the news. So while you guys get your Fox News and your CNN, we just have flat old BBC who just recite the world affairs and
Wait,
so that's why
BBC stood for something. Of course it stands for something. I think most things that are acronyms stand for something.
I thought it was just book.
It's a very interesting one. And then, I mean, recently they even had the audacity to team up with ITV. So the only channel you have to pay to watch are the BBC channels. BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3. 4? Is there a 4? I think there's a 4. And that's what you have to pay for. None of the other ones, because those channels don't show adverts in. But like, if you watch a show that's 30 minutes long, the show will be 30 minutes long. Whereas like on another channel, a 30-minute show might be 24 minutes, and then you get like 6 minutes of ads. What's interesting is they actually made a thing. I don't remember what it was called now, but they made an online streaming service that you can pay monthly for, where you can watch BBC and ITV shows. And I'm like, wait, so I definitely don't need both. But if I just got the online one, you'd probably pester me about having a TV license. So like, what do you want me to pay for? What would you rather I had? What helps the economy more is what I've always said. Very patriotic. I want to see the Queen succeed. BritBox, that was it. Oh, yeah, look at that for a patriotic name. BritBox. I'd love to pay to watch Gogglebot. Maybe on Channel 4, actually. I don't know what channel things are on anymore. I don't remember the last time I sat and was like, let's put on Channel 3.
Put on Dave.
Oh, Dave, what a channel. Want to watch back-to-back old episodes of Storage Hunters or Top Gear? This is the place for you. And you already first. Why are we still here? Listen, mate. First is not good enough if it's not the best time. And honestly, it's more just been a stream of me and Wilbur chatting, and this could basically be anything in the background. But
I do need to go. I think I need to eat.
Honestly, when you came on and told me that you've been awake for 25 hours and that you were already knackered, I didn't think I'd get you for 2 hours, mate. So
I've just been so enthralled by you, Callum. I couldn't leave.
Well, it's similar to how I feel when we're in person, and I can't take my eyes off you, Wilbur. We're gonna manifest Wilbur's sleep.
No, I'm not sleeping yet.
You're
I'm getting food. I'm gonna eat, and if I still feel sick and tired after I've eaten, then maybe I'll go to sleep.
Okay. That's. Are you gonna get some?
Food wakes me up.
Do you have food in, or are you gonna get some food when you go get your coffee?
I'm gonna make some ravioli.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm not gonna get a coffee. I'm not gonna get another.
Oh, you're
coffee.
not going for the coffee?
No, I don't think that's that will just make me anxious and sick. I think.
Potentially, yeah. It's a really valid point.
Everyone's saying sleep. Chat, decide. Do you want me to stream or do you want me to sleep now? Because if I sleep now, you're not getting another Twitch stream for like 3 days. So,
you know what? I will say it's one of my biggest pet peeves, and maybe it's like irrational. I mean, I don't know, but I hate like parenting from like my Twitch chat. I'm like, oh, don't forget to take a drink. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I'm a little bit tired today. Oh, sleep. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just a little bit tired. Like, I'll be okay. Yeah, but you should sleep. I'm like, okay. Fine. I'll end stream. Bye, guys. Off to bed.
I think it would be fun that, I really want to do that Instagram controls my life kind of thing. For a day. But I make all of the options just really damaging for my health. And then just force the stands to pick which damaging thing. Like, what do you want Wilbur to do now? Smoke 50 cigars? Binge drink?
Yeah, that was the
Or
same.
drive over the speed limit? Your choice.
Okay, guys, we've just chugged the bottle of vodka. What should I do now? Drive? Or go and hold up a stall?
Towing the line on twitch.tv there.
Nah, see, it's an imaginative option. It's never an option that'll actually be presented.
You're talking about a video game, of course. It's GTA.
Yeah, of course I am.
I'm gonna go and get ravioli.
Enjoy your ravioli, mate.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Wilbur. Bye. He is a good egg, isn't he? Isn't he a good egg? What a nice guy. And touting his health of becoming a criminal. Yeah, exactly. So, very seriously, I took a lot away from that conversation. We tangented off quite heavily towards the end of that, obviously. But I took a lot of good things away from that. I definitely want to refocus myself in a way of, the content I'm making, especially on my other channel. Without straying away from my main channel stuff, because there's no need, as long as I can have like a sort of weekly upload on the other one. I think that'd kind of be an angle that I'd feel much better at. Yeah, he is. Like, I mean, I've spoken to Wilbur a bunch of times about YouTube stuff, especially when I started my second channel. It was a case of people... I wanted to come to someone who would give me like straightforward advice and would be like very honest as well. I knew Wilbur would be. If I said that I think this looks really good, Wilbur would tell me if it didn't look good. Like, so like, I think if you look back at my first videos on the channel, like the What It's Like Training with Techno Dream and Wilbur and They Let Dream and Techno Team, like the thumbnail stuff, I had a lot of ideas for and like went back to Wilbur with them and was like, what do you think of this? And he was like, oh, make this bigger, put this bigger, do this. And I was like, okay. So I do value his time and knowledge, so he's a good egg as Wilbur. He's a good egg. I mean, I haven't spoke to him for months. It has been months, but it's good to see that a couple of months away, doesn't stop waiting for the daily spin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even clock we were on the daily spin. That's my bad. We're way over it. I'm sorry. Hey, look, everybody needs a friend like Wilbur, let me tell you. 100%. You need someone who'll be honest with you. So... But yeah, so we learned a lot. And, if there's any clip channels out there, they're going to have a great time with all the fun Wilbur stuff. He said some great stuff in this. Just in case I missed anything, I know Wilbur was joking around with things. Thank you to Tired for the $5 donation. Thank you to AsCheeks for the £5 donation. So excited to see you improve and adapt your channel. I kind of missed the Gmod videos. They were hilarious. Cringe, but thanks for making me smile. No problem. Extra shiny thing with the 4 gifts. I know I thanked you already for those. Tommy for the Prime. Leah K for the 5 gifted. Love Haley for the Prime. And Kate 10 for the tier 1. I really appreciate it. Obviously, thank you very much. It's been big pog. Big pog. I can't thank you guys enough. Let's spin the wheel.